I said it last week, I'll say it this week. There's always next week. I never thought I'd see this scoreline for the rest of my life. We suffer 2 9-0 defeats 2 seasons in a row. And you may think I'm surprisingly positive about this result. Well, we've just got to talk through it, really. I mean, Jankowicz gets himself sent off early. Bertrand got himself sent off early in the Leicester game, and it ended up being 9-0. As soon as I saw that we were down to 10 men after the first 2 minutes, I didn't want to think it, but 9-0, it was possibly on the cards. I don't think we played poor football at all. I thought we did all right passing wise. Had a few chances. Che Adams blasted it over the bar, an open goal. But we got to address the elephant in the room. I don't want to say it, but I think Ralph's time at Southampton is up. He felt like he was really building something after the last 9-0 defeat, and he thought perhaps we'd turned a corner, but it shows we really haven't. I mean, you know, when you lose a game of Premier League football by that many goals, you've got to start asking questions. And people, you know, they praise Ralph for his ability to have turned this Southampton team around from losing 9-0 to beating top teams and playing excellent football. Today just wasn't our day. As simple as that. You know, it was a goal that was clearly onside. Being called offside was the limit for me. I think it was 5-0 at that point, and Che Adams was so obviously onside. So while I've been editing this, I've just taken a look at the VAR picture again, and I can see that clearly the lines aren't even straight. And I'm looking at Maguire's hand, and the line's drawn through his hand. It's not on the edge. If it's on the edge, they declared him as onside. But just look at the body position on it. Just look at those lines. Does that say elite Premier League refereeing to you? Does it? Doesn't say it to me. So anyway, I've taken the liberty of drawing my own VAR lines, just to show where they should be. Right. So as you can see, we brought PowerPoint up here because we don't need no special editing equipment to do this, no expensive £3 billion VAR, just PowerPoint, mate. So we're having a look. We can see that Maguire's hand and Fred's hand are clearly joined together on Che Adams' hand. So we're just going to draw a line to prove that. Bear with me while I get the thickness of the line sorted. So we need that thick line just to show their puny thin lines. Anyway, so we're getting it here. We're trying to line it up. You can see Fred's hand. They're basically holding hands. How is it that close to call? It is ridiculous. To me, this shouldn't have been given offside. I think that Lee Mason and Mike Dean just have an agenda against our club. And it's just embarrassing to see, really. It really is. Why? How can you be so pathetic and give that as offside every opportunity? That bloke, both of those blokes, need to be investigated. The guy's a Spurs fan. He said so on the Peter Crouch podcast. Why is he helping a rival? Do you know what I mean? He must, you know, both of them, I reckon, Lee Mason and Mike Dean, both their wives are cheating on them with a Saints fan. And that's why they just penalise us all the time. You know? That's what I reckon. But you can clearly see Fred's hand and Che's hand are in the same line. So you can't give it as offside. When has a hand been a playing limb? But it was just, yeah, it was just tough. It was against us. But I feel like the universe does have to correct itself in some way. You know, we got Newcastle next. We got some time to rebuild, but I won't be surprised in the morning if I see that Ralph has left, if he's resigned. I don't think the board will sack him. I think they've invested some time in him, but whether he leaves on his own accord is it's down to him, but I feel like he's got a bit too much pride to just leave after a defeat like that.
Sorry to disrupt your viewing again, Saints fans, but I just had to make a word on this the morning after. It kept me up all night, basically, thinking about Ralph leaving. So I found this article, basically answers all the questions after the game. I was looking for this last night. It's this question here: can the experience of already losing 9-0 help you this time around? And this bit here, it says, let's see how the season ends. It'll end better than the last one, I think. Which fills me with confidence that he's not just going to jump ship, which is superb, because Ralph is the best manager we've ever had. And yeah, it's just check it out, Hampshire Live, decent little read.
Man United played really well, obviously. To score 9 goals, you have to. Martial, Fernandes pulling all the strings, Rashford, McTominay, all these top players. Mike Dean played really, really well for Man United as well. Lee Mason played really well. He looks good in a Man United shirt, and they all do. What more can you say, really? It stung the first time when we lost 9-0. It stings now, but, just not as bad, I guess. I was kind of hoping it'd finish at 4-0. But when you're down to 9 men, it was just difficult. And the foul on Martial in the box, didn't think there was enough contact there. And I was trying to look from a neutral perspective, and I couldn't tell how he's gone down. He started going down before his trailing leg hit him.
Just to interrupt quickly again, I found this article that basically confirms that it wasn't a foul in the box anyway. And there's a voice recording here from BT Sport capturing what Jan Bednarik said going down the tunnel. It's unbelievable. Just look at that. Replay showed Martial was not fouled, and yet the penalty was given anyway. But anyway, here's the clip. Have a listen.
It's not a foul. Martial said it's not a foul. It's not a foul. Martial said it's not a foul.
There you have it, folks. Refereeing corruption at its absolute finest. Make of that what you think.
And then he pulls a red card out of nowhere. Where's that come from? It's just, if there isn't a gender against Southampton, there is now. It's been commented on in the past. We're seen as the villains of the Premier League, and I have no idea why. It's just always last on match of the day. It's tough. It's tough. And, we go into next week, or we go into the weekend, whenever the game is, with a fresh mind. Hopefully, we'll be able to put this right like we did last time. And we go again. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time. Come on, you Reds.